see the bar, the bar, the bar. I know you see the bar, the bar, the bar. I know you see that color coordination. Hey, that color coordination. Hey, that red, that white, that black. Hey, let's get it now. Now. Cause like I know you see the color I know you see the color coordination. Like you see the red, you see the white, you see the red, you see the white, you see the sleeves, baby. Yeah, I ain't come to play today. Okay, when I do them street style fits, baby, you better give me my thins. Give me my thins. Then subtract 2 because I ate that up. Okay. But anyways, welcome to the Barbie Life 2.0 podcast. I'm your host, Shakira, aka Barbie 2.0. And today we are going to get into some things because it seems like people want to end off 2023 with some wild stuff. And I'm just like, okay, fine, but let's leave this all in 2023, okay? Some of this stuff that I'm seeing, I don't want to see it in 2024. Let's start the new year off right, okay? So y'all could go crazy now because it's the end of the year, but at some point, y'all got to change what's in the air or change what's in the water because y'all doing a little bit too much for me, okay? But the first thing I want to talk about is Simone Biles and her husband, Johnathan Owens. And I'm not going to lie. Right before this video, I had to go on Google and look up his full name because I only knew him as Simone Biles' husband. And I learned from Twitter 2 days ago that his name was Johnathan. So, but anyways, they basically did an interview recently and they were talking about their relationship and Johnathan was explaining how they first met each other. So basically he was saying that they met on a dating app and she swiped up on him first. And then afterwards he swiped up on her and all he saw was that she was a gymnast. And he claims that he did not know who she was at all at the time. And then he noticed that she was liking a couple of his pictures and then she later DM'd him. And then they agreed to link up and she ended up driving 45 minutes to him so they could go on a date. And the interviewer also asked him if he felt like he was the catch in the relationship. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely the catch, I always say men are the catch. Know what I'm saying? And then the interviewer asked him again, like, okay, so you would say that Simone bagged you in this situation. And he was like, yeah, she bagged me because I was hesitant. I wasn't really like, I don't know. I said this is my 3rd year. I don't know if I want to commit in a relationship. So she really bagged me for real. And a lot of people had different opinions about this on social media. A lot of people were saying that he was way too cocky, and some people were saying that maybe he is just a confident man and he genuinely did not know Simone Biles at the time. And in my opinion, listen, I'm not buying it. I don't think that he did not know who she was at all. Okay, we are talking about Simone Biles. She is the most decorated gymnast of all time. They literally name gymnastic moves after her because she's the only person in the world who could do it. Okay? Like, you don't have to watch gymnastics to know who she is. Okay? I don't watch basketball, but I know who LeBron James is. I don't watch swimming, but I know who Michael Phelps is. And I don't watch gymnastics, but I know who Simone Biles is. Very well. Okay, so the fact that he claimed that he didn't know who she was, I wasn't really buying it, honestly. But let's just say that he genuinely didn't know who she was at the time, okay? I still felt like in the interview, he was still being way too cocky. Like, it's one thing to be confident, but it's another thing to be arrogant. And he had a big ass head and a big ass ego. And he was over here talking about, oh, she bagged me for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was hesitant. And it's like, boy, don't, you making it seem like Simone Biles is just anybody. Like, you just making it seem like she's like the Thanksgiving meal that nobody wants, and people just eat it because they're being nice and they want to be nice to the person who cooked it. But like, you wouldn't really want her for real. Like, he was making it seem like he didn't really want her at all. And it took her really pursuing him so much for him to finally agree to dating her. So it was like, oh, I'm a cocky man and I'm the catch, I'm the prize, and it's my world and she's just living in it. That's the vibes that I caught from him. And it was honestly disgusting to watch, because I'm like, boy, if you don't sit down, because you need to humble yourself, okay? Like, nobody knows who you are, okay? Like, I literally just had to look you up 2 seconds ago just to learn your full name, okay? Like, we all refer to you as Simone Biles' husband. You are her accessory, okay? She is the model. You are the bag.
Clock it.
And you're not even a Louis Vuitton bag. You're the bags that we get at Temu.
Clock it.
So it's like, boy, you need to humble yourself. And it was embarrassing to watch, because Simone Biles is a very successful dark-skinned woman. And for her to be in an interview and she's over here smiling like, oh, yeah, that's my man, and I'm going to stick beside him. Yeah, while he's embarrassing me and belittling me, I'm going to stick beside him. And it's like, girl, like, but at the same time, I got to put some accountability on Simone, because while he was being way too cocky, I do believe that she has hyped his head up as well. She's the one that pursued him. She's the one that was liking his pictures. She's the one that DM'd him first. She's the one that swiped up on him first. And she's the one that drove 45 minutes to see him on their first date. So, you know, I can't really blame him for feeling like he's the prize, because she high-key hyped his head up to think that. You know what I'm saying? Every man that I've ever talked to, for example, they've always pursued me. I've never pursued another man. I don't do that. I don't do that. Like, it's nothing wrong with it, but personally, I wait for a man to like my pictures on Instagram and DM me, okay? Like, even in my current relationship right now, I rejected my man the first time that we were talking. Like, the first time that he met me, I rejected him, okay? Like, it took him really pursuing me for me to be like, okay, you know what? I'll give you a chance. And to me, that's how most successful relationships work, is when the guy likes the girl more, or when the guy has to chase the woman. When the woman is chasing the man, it just makes him too cocky, and it makes his head big, and it makes him feel like he's the prize and it's his world and you're just living in it. So ladies, if you are with the man, I suggest you let him chase you first, because then they're going to start acting like Johnathan. Okay, they're going to start acting like you're just anybody and you're just one of his many pool of options. Okay, so let a man pursue you. Let him like your pictures. Let him DM you. If you guys meet in person, let him approach you. Okay, you don't always got to do the approaching. Okay, and I feel like black women especially, and dark-skinned women, think that we have to pursue men because you guys think that we're the most undesirable, or you think that people are not really checking for us. And it's like, no, like, girl, if you are beautiful and you're successful, look at yourself as the prize and know that anywhere you go, any man would be lucky to come pursue you, and you don't have to do the chasing. But on Instagram, she was liking a lot of comments where people were saying that black women were just bitter because they're not married and she is. And I'm like, girl, we were defending you, but if you want to stick beside him, girl, you just let me know. Because shit, one thing about it, I'm not finna defend nobody that don't want saving. Okay, if you want to settle for a man who's going to embarrass you and belittle you because he clearly is intimidated by your status and success, okay, cool. But, you know, in a few years, don't come back to us talking about he was emotionally abusive, or, oh, he was a narcissist, or, oh, he tore me down and he tore my self-esteem down. Don't come back to us saying that shit, okay? Because that's normally what happens when you date down. and you date a man who's not as successful as you. Okay? And that is what you did, sweetheart. And we didn't have a problem with it until he started acting too cocky and belittling you and your success and who you are as a woman. But you want to sit up here and stick beside this man. So, okay. And just because you're married, Simone, that don't mean you're doing better than people who are single. There are people who are single who are very happy and would rather be single than be with a man who embarrasses them like that. Okay? So you may not see it now because you're in love, but that was embarrassing. And people are not hating on you. People are just calling a spade a spade. People are just being real. And I feel like in this day and age, anytime you're real, people automatically be like, oh, they're bitter, they're hating. And it's like, no, like, we're just being real. Like, he did embarrass you. He did make you seem like you was chopped liver. Like, he did make it seem like that, girl. Like, for him to be dating the most decorated gymnast of all time and he spoke about you like that, no, like, we're just being real. Like, that was embarrassing for you. It was. No one's bitter. No one's bitter. I promise you we're not. We just love you and we love what you have done for our community and we just want to defend you. But if you don't want defending, girl, go at it. Go at it. But like I said, don't come back to us talking about some, oh, you know, he did this to me, he did that to me. I don't want to hear it because you were saying we were bitter, right? You were saying we were bitter because we're not married and you're married. Okay, girl. Have your little fun. Have your little fun. I hope the marriage is successful, but no, it's a no for me. I would never let a man talk about me like that on any platform. No, I'm sorry. I'm throwing up just thinking about it. Okay. Like for a man to sit up here and act like he's the prize and I'm just some girl that was chosen out of his pool of options and it's his world and I'm just living in it. No, like I would never let a man talk about me like that, especially when I'm more successful than him. Like, hell no. But this is what a lot of men do when you date down, ladies. When you date down, they will do everything to make themselves feel like they're big next to you because they feel intimidated by you. And men measure their value with success. So when they're next to a woman who makes more money than them or who is more successful than them, they feel intimidated and they will do everything in their power to make you feel small or make you feel like you're not the prize and he's the prize. They will make you feel like it's his world and he's the main character and you're just living in it. He will embarrass you. He will gaslight you, sometimes mentally abuse, physically abuse, just so he feels like he's the dominant one in the relationship. Because when a man is next to a woman who's more successful than him, his ego is shot. So I'm like not surprised by him, you know, trying to belittle her and make it seem like, you know, she's just anybody and he's the prize. I'm not surprised. I'm really not, because she did date down. She did date down. Like, it's not like she dated a bum. He is an NFL player at the end of the day, and to get into the NFL is super hard. Even if he's not the most successful NFL player, he is an NFL player, okay? And I'm pretty sure the stats are like 2% out of like every person who like tries out, I believe, gets into the NFL. So like, he's still an accomplished man. I'm not gonna try to belittle him and his success, but he's not on Simone Biles level, okay? Like, when we think of the NFL, we don't think of Johnathan Owens, okay? Like, we don't think of him at all. When we think of gymnastics, we think of Simone Biles, okay? It's a difference in their legacies. He's like an irrelevant NFL player, and she's the most relevant gymnast of all time. So they're not on the same level, okay? And he knows that. And he went in this interview knowing that, and he wanted a chance to hype himself up and make himself feel like he's him and make himself feel like he's big next to one of the most successful gymnasts in the world. So that's why he was acting that way. So this whole thing kind of like was like, it was just pissing me off, because I'm like, boy, Johnathan, let's just stop it right here, okay? Like, we don't know who you are. I still don't know who you are. Okay, so let's take a chill pill. You got too much dip on your chip, and you're going to need to cool it. But anyways, the next thing I want to talk about is Taraji P Henson. So Taraji P Henson recently did an interview, and they asked her about her passion with acting and if she ever thought about quitting. And she broke down in tears, and she was basically saying that she still feels like she's severely underpaid compared to other actors. And in her 2016 memoir, she also mentioned that she got paid less than 2% of what Brad Pitt's salary was. So Brad Pitt was offered $10 million and she got paid $150K. And, you know, I honestly do feel for her, and I understand what she's saying, because 10 million compared to 150K is a really, really big gap. However, I don't think that she would or should be paid the same as Brad Pitt. Okay? And this is not me trying to take up for a white man and me saying, you know, fuck black women. No. But at the end of the day, like, Taraji is Black Hollywood famous, okay? Outside of black movies and the black community, she's not that known, okay? She is Oscar and Emmy nominated, I'll give her that, but she's not on the same level as Brad Pitt to be getting the same salary as him. So for her to expect that is kind of crazy to me. That's like asking Ice Spice to be paid the same rate that Nicki Minaj would charge for a feature. You know what I mean? It's differences in this shit. There's levels to it. And Taraji is not as successful in her field. I'm sorry, she's just not. And I do feel bad for her, but at the same time, girl, when Monique was speaking up about this stuff, you were silent, okay? A lot of black actresses let Monique literally stand up for herself and only speak up for herself, and she ended up getting blackballed, and she ended up getting bashed online repeatedly for years, and none of these black actresses stood up in solidarity with her. So Taraji, my thing is, you want to speak up now because you're experiencing being underpaid, but what happened when Monique was speaking up about it? Why didn't you come and speak up then? Why didn't you stand with her? If all the black actresses in the industry actually stepped forward and spoke up when Monique spoke up, there would have been change and people would have listened. But the problem was Monique was the only black woman who was standing up for herself and speaking on this issue. And you know, people are going to turn that into, oh, she's just a bitter black woman. Oh, she's just aggressive. Oh, she's asking for too much. Oh, she's not worth this. She's not worth that. And that is what people did to Monique, literally. And y'all could have stood with her, and you decided not to. You decided to stay silent. And now that the shoe's on the other foot, now you want to come up here and have us be sad for you and have sympathy for you because you're severely underpaid. And it's like, I feel for you and I understand that's a real issue. But my thing is, it feels a bit selfish to me that you're speaking up about this now that you're going through it, when Monique was speaking up about this for years and you were silent throughout that whole era. And another thing, y'all might say I'm reaching with this one, but I'm not, and the Barbs will understand what I'm talking about. But Taraji has always thrown shade at Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj has been speaking up about this issue, but in the rap industry, okay? And she has spoke up publicly about how she hasn't gotten the credit she deserved in the rap industry with the Grammys, and even with a lot of people playing with her accolades and playing with her legacy. And Taraji, you were up here throwing shade at Nicki Minaj and liking pictures where other rappers were beefing with her and linking up with non-black women like Cardi B who were trying to take down Nicki Minaj and up here throwing shade and shit. So it's like, girl, you're not really for the people like you say you are, okay? You over here trying to make it a black woman issue and, oh, you know, black women are severely underpaid and da-da-da-da. But it's like, no, when it came time for you to stand with black women while they were speaking up about this stuff, you were silent. So it's really just a you issue, and you really just care about yourself. You don't care about black women as a whole in this industry. Because when it was time to stand with Monique, you were silent. And when Nicki Minaj was speaking up about this stuff, you decided to shade her, and you decided to uplift a non-black woman in the industry who was trying to take her down. So, sorry. I feel bad for you, but at the same time, I'm not really trying to hear it. Sorry. But anyways, the next thing I want to talk about is Chrisean Rock and Blueface. Now, listen, I know we all are tired. And I'm hoping, I'm really praying, actually, that this relationship gets left in 2023. And I really don't want to give them attention, but I do have to speak on this just because I know that there are Black women who are exposed to Chrisean's behavior and Blueface's behavior. And a lot of young kids also watch them and think that their behavior is normal. And I know there's a lot of young kids who watch me. So I just have to cover it because as much as I don't want them to have attention, they're already going viral like every single day. So sometimes I have to speak on it. But I know we all are tired, okay? But basically, this week, Chrisean pulled up to Blueface's house and he basically turned her away and he was like, the baby is not mine. Like, that baby belongs to somebody else. It's not mine. I did a DNA test. Get out of my house. And she had the baby in the front car seat, okay? And she was literally like over here taking his phone and stuff and like going in the car, and then she started speeding on the street while she was on the phone with Whack 100. And I'm like, girl, you speeding on the road when you got a baby in the car. And to me, like, I'm just so tired of Chrisean because I feel like she dead ass don't care about that baby. I feel like she's one of those girls who have a baby by a man because she wants to stay attached to the man forever. And that is a side bitch mentality. And she is a side bitch. Like, I think a lot of people forget that she is a side bitch. Okay, she knowingly got with Blueface while he was with Jaden. She's a side bitch. And a lot of y'all will feel sympathy for her and make excuses for her while she behaves like an animal. And not only that, but she's putting a Black child in danger because she's so obsessed with Blueface. And she only cares about repairing her relationship with Blueface and staying tied to him. It's like the baby is an accessory to her. It's not actually a baby to her. And that's my problem. And I just feel like, you know, first of all, this man openly didn't claim your baby. Okay? From the jump, he said, I'm not claiming that shit. And you still went through with the pregnancy. Why would you do that? Like, I need y'all to understand. Y'all can't be having babies with men who don't want the baby. I don't care if he's the love of your life. I don't care if you want to stay tied to him forever. If he don't want the baby, get an abortion. Get rid of it or stop fucking him raw. One of the two. But my thing is, like, you can't be out here having babies with men who don't want the baby. Like, and then y'all want to sit up here and then cry because you're a single mom and the father's not present in the baby's life and he's never coming to see your kids and he's never taking care of your kids. And it's like, babe, you had this kid when you knew he didn't want the baby. And now you're surprised that he's not active in the child's life? Stop doing that. If he doesn't want the baby, stop fucking him raw, put on a condom, or get an abortion. But y'all be going through with these pregnancies because you want to stay tied to the man. Because you're just so emotionally attached. And it's pathetic. And it's selfish because you're putting a child at risk. A child at risk of being neglected and also being in a dysfunctional lifestyle, which is very common in the Black community. I want to see Black children in a home where both their parents are in love and both their parents intentionally wanted to have that child. That's what I want to see for our community. But sometimes, like, y'all just be out here fucking niggas raw and then having babies by these men even when they told you they don't want the baby. And it's like, y'all don't take any accountability because y'all want to sit up here and just call a man a deadbeat every 5 seconds. And I understand, like, a man being a deadbeat is wrong. But you having a baby by a man who does not want the baby is also wrong. You walk straight into that trap. You literally, knowingly walk straight into that trap. So I can't feel bad for you in those situations. I really can't. I feel a little bad for you, okay? A little bit. But stop having children when you're broke and you're not financially stable. Stop having children by men who don't want you or the baby. And stop building dysfunctional lifestyles for these Black children. It's as simple as that. It's disgusting. Literally. And it's always for selfish ass reasons. Oh, you know, I want to call him it's such a trend to be a baby mom and have a baby dad. Y'all think that shit is so cool and so cute. Y'all put being a baby mom on a pedestal. For real. Y'all act like being a baby mom is being a wife. For real. And it's like, girl, no. Step out of that delusion, because that's not what it is. Okay? And I do have to blame the media because they do glorify baby motherhood a lot. But at the same time, like, y'all know it's not all peaches and cream. Y'all know it's not Jada and Lil Baby when he's, apologizing in cars and booking trips and spoiling her with bags. You know it's not that for the average couple. You know it's not that. You know y'all be having babies by men who are broke as hell and can't even provide for themselves. And then you start crying because you can't take care of the baby and then the father's not present or he doesn't have enough money for the baby and this, that, and the third. Y'all got to step into reality and think before you make some choices. And you have to think about the fact that you're bringing a human into this world. And a black child deserves the best environment possible. And being in a dysfunctional lifestyle and having a dysfunctional split family is not the way to go. That's not how a black child is going to have the best future in his hands or her hands, period. But yeah, that's all for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Shakira, aka Barbie 2.0. And I talk about colorism, texturism, featureism, and any trending topics and issues in the black community. So if you like me and my commentary, and I know you like the outfit, you should just like, comment, and subscribe. Like, why wouldn't you want to subscribe? Why wouldn't you want to subscribe? Like, baby, you know you want to subscribe. Like, just click that button. You know what to do. But I will see you guys very soon. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have the best holidays ever. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. And I will see you guys very soon. Happy holidays. Bye. Love you. Besos.